Hi, I'm Don Benedict, here for another episode of Cannabis and Coffee with Don. Here with Alexis Nicoletta
Yeah.
with Neenah Papers.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about some special paper that Neenah's come up with for cannabis.
Yes.
The cannabis industry.
Yes.
How did this come about?
So the market comes to Neenah often because we are known as a premier paper manufacturer to begin with. But we also have,
Particularly uncoated.
yeah, specifically uncoated, texture, color. So in the industry, there are so many markets that want to brand their packaging to match. So we have the capability of making custom paper at the right quantities to match these brand requirements. So the industry came to us, cannabis industry, kept bothering us and saying, please, they weren't a bother, but they kept coming to us and saying, could you please do something that ties in your paper with our industry? So we worked on it, and we have come out with a hemp infused folding board that just came out this year.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just came out this month?
It did this year.
This year, okay.
This fall. Yeah, we just introduced
So it's been
it
out
to
for a little
market.
while.
It has.
Okay.
And you experiment. Paper manufacturing is similar to cooking, baking. Okay, there's a recipe. And when you get the right recipe, you don't want to mess with it, right? So what we do in our paper making is we give the opportunity to add aesthetic looks to paper, okay, to push it whatever direction we want. This is no different. So when we say hemp infused, we have added hemp to the paper manufacturing process that's already in place, already to the recipe.
It's part of the fiber?
It is not. So what we do is we make our paper to the standards for our folding board requirements. And then basically like pixie dust, we flash the hemp.
Oh, okay.
So what I like to share with folks is that makes it unique. Every sheet is different. There are no two sheets alike because it's random, right? The hemp is just infused into the paper.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And so you've got it for the folding carton?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it comes in colors, different weights?
Yeah, well, we have offered to begin 3 different colors.
Okay.
We've been doing folding board for a long time. And actually it's a great question because we have, over the years, have learned what is working, what is not. There are so many hours that we can run our machines, right? So we have to be as smart as we can with our resources as we ask our customers to be with theirs. So we have combined our colors down into a portfolio that really fits the industry well. So we introduced 3 colors for our hemp infused papers to begin with. So we have a white, Desert Storm, and a deep black.
Perfect. And does it print offset, digital?
So it's printing offset.
Offset.
And what we recommend on this is if you're looking for the most impact of the hemp aesthetic look, the PC white has the most evidence of it. As you get into the deeper colors, it actually dyes into the paper. So deep black, it dyes right with the deep black, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So, yeah. So,
Well, we print with UV.
yes.
So we're gonna put an opaque white or something down on that black, and then put some color on it. That would just
silver
be awesome.
metallic.
Yeah.
And what's beautiful about this is that the folding board performs as all our folding boards does. It embosses beautifully, it foil stamps beautifully. We beat or dye the color into the paper. What that means is the color is throughout. So in the folding board industry, packaging industry, it takes a lot of use. Open, closing, folding, rigid needs, right? So if there is any abrasion to the carton itself or to the packaging itself, it won't break to white. It will break to color, which is a help.
That is a huge help.
Yeah.
So. Have you got some samples?
Well, actually, I'd like to introduce the new folding board book. So in the folding board itself, the offerings themselves, we have our full waterfall of the colors that we are now offering. And at the bottom here, you'll see the new hemp offerings with the 3 shades. Now it does come in 18 point currently. That is what we're offering. And you can you can see
It comes in lighter than 18.2, right?
at just 18.
Just 8 point, okay.
18 point. So we have the Desert Storm, and then we flip to the deep black. So you can see the richness is still there. We still have our beautiful color that we offer, but with the added aesthetic of the hemp infusion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the folding board, just real quickly, in general in folding board, we've brought our calipers back to 18 and 24 point is what we're stocking. So when I say that, what I'm trying to imply here is that industry in general wants things quicker. They want to have availability of paper as fast as possible when they make that decision. So we're trying to keep our stocking as smart as we can. So we offer 18 and 24 currently on shelf. We can always do custom beyond that, 16 point or other calipers. But this is what we're doing now.
Okay.
So this book is really nice. It gives a lot of information. In all of our books, we try to outline the best capabilities and considerations for different types of print, so that you can maximize the use of the papers. So we always put good examples in here too as well. You can see the deep black. Some people are like, well, black is black. I mean, how is anything going to show up on that? So we put nice examples in here for people to actually see the techniques that can be done.
Yeah, that looks great.
Yeah. Something else that I brought along that applies to the cannabis industry is we've made this cute little booklet just to really pronounce the opportunity with our hemp-infused papers. Like I said, the market came to us and said, is there anything you can produce that is driven towards our industry that we can package our product in? And so we came out with this booklet, and it doesn't go into a lot of detail on the actual product itself. It gives examples. So we always like to give visuals. You know, you can talk to your blue in the face, as you know, in sales, you can talk, but when you actually show somebody the capability, it speaks. So we have different packaging samples in here. This is a beautiful example of the Desert Storm. Very simple, very clean.
That's a good emboss.
But it's a beautiful emboss, and it showcases the capabilities of our folding board. There's also a deep black example in here with a pop of foil that just stands right out. And also we have a soft touch available as well in folding board.
Oh, so you bought, the paper comes with the soft touch on it?
It does, yeah. So Neenah does offer a soft touch paper. And I know it's another print technique to add soft touch to paper, but when it comes already on the paper, it saves a step.
Yes, because we're using soft touch on a lot of the packaging stuff. So that is good to know.
Yeah, this is becoming more and more popular with envelopes. Yeah.
Everybody loves soft touch.
Yes.
I mean, they really.
Yes.
I mean, it's
And what's nice about that is when it is available across different brands, if you're using soft touch in your packaging, you can also use it in your brochures and your mailings and keep the brand recognition consistent.
This is wonderful. That emboss, I mean, the blind emboss with nothing printed on it. I mean, because if you're not going to print on it, all you have to do is emboss it, and you already got the soft touch.
Yes.
That's great. That's really nice.
Yes.
I guess you printed on this one. Well, that's just foil. That's a silver.
Yep. Yep. So there's just some examples. Some of the questions we get in our presentations around hemp versus the marijuana conversation. So this has been a study. I mean, I always like to get educated. So learned a little bit more about those products. And in the cannabis industry, as you know, the hemp has no THC content. So that comes from the non-THC bearing cannabis plants. So that question does come up in our meetings, like, oh, you know, I said, no, you know, this is just the
Oh
fibers.
yeah, because hemp is still not legal, or is hemp legal in every state because of the Farm Bill?
That I know is in transition. Yeah,
Right.
It's still a discussion, and I know the map continues to change as far as where it's for medicinal
Right.
and recreational,
Right.
and yeah. So
Yeah. Is there anything, if somebody wants to use the hemp infused paper, is there any type of a logo or something that they can put on it to say that this is hemp infused paper?
Right. Well, there is certification on here as well, for our PC, for needs as far as content,
Okay.
post-consumer. When I say PC, it's post-consumer.
Right.
And we stand behind that very strongly because sustainability is a big statement now. So when we talk about our papers, we do mention quite often about our certification and the content, 30%, 80%, 100% content. Yes.
Can we print on here, print it on hemp infused paper?
That's a good question. That's a good question. I haven't been asked that before, but I'll look into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one might be good to know. I mean, if I went to the trouble of putting on hemp infused paper, I'd want to tell everybody about it.
Right. Exactly.
By the way, that's only hemp
special.
Inside, it's hemp outside too. It's all good.
That's right.
That's great. That's really good. Well, thank you so much, Alexis, for coming up here and talking to us about this. This is really cool, and I will be sending you some samples of some printed paper when we do some of these packages on it.
Yeah, that'll be great. And always feel free to contact Neenah for sample sheets. We want to get our product out there. Paper is still a tactile part of our industry. A lot of things have gone digital, but print has not gone away, as we know. And it actually helps to support the digital industry. People still like to get mail. They still like to get catalogs. They still like to look and feel at things. Packaging industry is huge for that reason because you only have a split second when somebody's going through a store to get their attention. And if it's on a quality piece, you want to promote your product properly.
And also, you've got a lot of different companies trying to break into the market, and if you don't have a good package, you're stacked up there against other people that do have good packaging. They're not going to pick yours up unless you're trying to give it away and sell it for really cheap.
Yes,
and
exactly.
The whole point is to make there's a lot of new small companies getting in here, and how do they stand out when they're on the shelf with a bunch of other people?
Well, yes, and you think about your investment in your product. You're asking people to invest in your product. Think about your investment in your product. And if that is the first thing that people are going to see, you should not cut corners on that.
Right.
That is a part of your budget that should be invested.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I totally agree with you there. And this is just great stuff. I love the black and the shiny and the soft touch. It's really, really neat stuff. Thanks a bunch. I appreciate
Absolutely.
it. Okay. Thanks for watching this week's episode of Cannabis and Coffee with Don. Tune in next week. We've got a really special episode. We've got 2 retailers we're going to be talking to that are going to give you some great tips on products that are selling well, on products that they're looking for to be in their stores, and it's going to be a lot of good information. So I hope you can join us next week. Thanks.